problem I have with Necrobinder is that nearly every time I'm offered an attack, I feel like not only does my deck get worse at blocking, it also gets worse at dealing damage. Because every time you fail to fully block an attack, your unleash gets worse for the rest of combat. So I put my feeling to the test. I did a run where I drafted no attacks, I got rid of all my strikes by floor 12, and I took 0 points of combat damage until the Act 1 boss. Now I'm not sure how much of this is the barricade body slam of it all versus how much of it is the enemy design, but I do know that I never had the feeling in Spire 1 or 2 for any other character that I don't need to take damage because I already have a starter card. But let's look at the Act 1 elites. The eel, despite being a fish, does not scale. The gardeners barely scale, and the fight generally gets easier over time. Colony scales, but mostly you just have to sit there blocking anyways. You don't scale, you barely scale, and the only elite that I feel really puts pressure on a slow deck is Frog Parasite. And I feel like there's some tacit admission in the card pool that there are issues with the summon mechanic when you see Afterlife and Bodyguard side by side. Like, they're not going to print Bash, but it deals 1 more damage and has Exhaust for some reason. And it's not just me with this feeling.
Remove 2 on this character is so stupid. Every time I have remove 2 on this character, I just feel invincible.
And while writing this video, I found this post on Reddit of someone who beat the whole game with only the starter deck, which in Spire 1 they were only able to do with Watcher. And like with Watcher, playing Necrobinder kind of gives me the feeling that the character has the good cards and the other cards. Playing Necrobinder just gives me so many questions. Why does Doom give me a free turn against a Waterfall Giant? Why does Friendship have no downside? Why is my starter card hitting for 55? Why is it hitting for 300? Why does this cheese affect me 20 floors later? Why is this guy so old? Why was this the hardest fight of the run? Why am I getting attacked for 12 on turn 5 of the final boss? Why did my wife